Folks, I'm Brad Sherman from California's best named city, Sherman Oaks. It's a pleasure to be here with you yet again. I thank you for the promotion that I got in the introduction. I am currently chair of the Subcommittee on Terrorism, Nonproliferation, and Trade, and a senior member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. And as all of you know, that means in 2 months you put in the word ranking member rather than chairman when it comes to the subcommittee. I know a number of you support the resolution. I suspect all of you do, and so I should address the subject of that. Of course, I've done everything possible to try to protect the residents of Camp Ashraf, but now the focus is on should the MEK be on the terrorism list. The European Union says no. The U.S. Court of Appeals says the State Department failed to do its job and sent them back to do their job. And ordinarily, that would be enough for me, but being chair of the subcommittee, I have to weigh these decisions a little bit more closely. So what I did is I asked the State Department for a classified briefing on this issue. And any of you who have gotten to know foreign policy from a congressional standpoint will understand what I say. Sometimes you learn more from the classified briefings they won't give you than from the classified briefings they do give you. That is especially true for those of us who have attended classified briefings only to be told something slightly less definitive than what's in the New York Times the same day. Now, the refusal to provide this briefing, not just to me, but to the relevant subcommittee, was received just yesterday. I have therefore asked the intelligence community to provide such a briefing, and we'll see. What's been interesting, I've been pressing for this briefing for over a month, and the variety of different excuses that I got shows that creativity is alive and well and living at the State Department. I was told that the judge in the court case had prohibited them doing a briefing of Congress, and I know that there are a few judges that would step a little bit on the prerogatives of Congress, but none hates the first article of our Constitution to quite that degree. What it comes down to is the State Department doesn't know which way they want to slant the facts in presenting them to us because they haven't figured out what they're going to do, so they can't present the facts until they know which way they want to slant them. So we'll see if we can get the intelligence community to provide that briefing instead, and if not, then members of Congress are just going to have to function with the knowledge that we have. And one of the most important bits of information we do have is the role that the MEK took in August of 2002 in disclosing the Iranian nuclear program to the world and giving the world a fighting chance to stop that program. My subcommittee, it's not by it's not just by coincidence that it's terrorism and nonproliferation. Those two goals go together. And the MEK has done more for nonproliferation than any group I know that isn't getting subsidies from the federal government, and perhaps more than those as well. So I want to thank you for your interest in bringing democracy to Iran. Democracy also needs to be brought to the United States. An essential part of that is for the executive branch to keep Congress informed, and I look forward to the restoration of full democracy in America. Thank you.
I'll be very brief. I wanted to just come by once more, and as when you look around this world and you realize the threats that exist and the suffering that still exists, it's so easy to sometimes get disheartened because you see time going by and the suffering continue, the oppression continue. But I always feel invigorated when I'm with you because you understand a few things. First place, you understand the intense oppression that the people of your country are going through. But you also understand that despite the suffering and despite the pain and despite the repression, that ultimately freedom will prevail. And ultimately the people in Iran who are stepping up, and they're doing everything they can, they're stepping up, ultimately they will prevail. And it is up to us here, you and those that support you, to do whatever we can to obviously express solidarity with the people in Iran, to show them that we care, to support them really, seriously, to support the opposition, to support the internal opposition in every way we can in their heroic efforts for that freedom. So I feel reinvigorated whenever I meet with you, my dear friends, because I know that the struggle for Iranian freedom will have the result that we all expect, will have the result that the Iranian people deserve, and that is the reunification of Iranians in a free Iran, where people can speak out, where they can elect their governments, and when they can once and for all and forever get rid of that tyranny that has been so devastating for Iran and for the region and for the world. So I thank you for your activism. I thank you for your patriotism. I thank you for your caring, your love, and your persistence. And yes, I am so confident that hopefully it will not take very long, but as long as it takes, you know you can count on me in supporting the brave freedom fighters of Iran. Thank you. Thank you.